such changes to like make stuff modernized or like overly woke?
I think I can get a 50-50 throw off one-on-one with George Pickens.
Give me 10 of those. Yeah, give me 10
Give
of
me
those.
10 of those.
I'm kind of getting sick of enemies to lovers. I'm going to be
Really?
honest. Yeah.
Welcome to Live from M5. I'm Cara Gonzales, and today I'm here with...
Eitan Rubinstein.
Spencer Patton.
And today we're doing a senior interview for Spencer. So, Spencer, what program here at Rockland High has really changed you?
The football program.
Okay, and do you want to elaborate on how it's changed you?
Yeah, so when I came in as a freshman, I was just kind of like this overweight, clunky guy. And I've known Coach Adams for a really long time, but especially through the high school program, it's changed me significantly, not only as a football player, but, you know, how I live my life off the field.
It's amazing. So you said that you've known him for a long time. How did you meet him beforehand?
So I've been playing football since I was 7, and his son was in the youth program, and I happen to be, like, in the same age group. So he was our head coach, so for a really long time.
So how have you given back to the football program?
Oh, man. Section championship. That sounds, I don't want to be like that, but, I mean, I think I consider myself to be, like, a pretty good leader. So I'd say just in the sense that giving back to the next group that's coming up, just with kind of the wisdom that I've passed on to them, I think has been an advantage for them.
So do the guys kind of see you as one of the team captains?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, I mean, at least in the, pretty sure it was the Friday show, maybe, that highlighted you and Cohen, I think. Just as part of the football team, they interviewed you, I think.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I don't know. My teacher doesn't show the Friday show.
Oh, he
So
doesn't?
I didn't see it, no.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
I'm pretty sure that they interviewed
Yeah.
both of you guys.
Oh, seriously? Oh, that's pretty sweet. Huh.
I mean, you're famous.
Yeah, I didn't see it, yeah.
What has been one of your biggest accomplishments? I mean, it could be, section championship, but I don't know. What else has been a big accomplishment?
I guess I just figured this out. I'm the most winningest player in Rockland history.
Really?
Yeah. I've always wanted a section championship, but I think that's pretty cool to say that I'm the most winningest.
Sure.
Yeah.
So can you kind of talk about that? Like, what does it mean? Like, you've done the most work?
I've won the most games.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, when you play in a game, our team wins?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. You're like our good luck charm.
So obviously being in sports, there's a lot that you have to consider, whether it be like literally your sport and then academics. Like, are there any regrets that you've made along the way?
You sent me this question before, and I was thinking about it for like 10 minutes. I didn't talk. I just sat in my room and thought about it. And it reminded me of something my dad said, just as I approached the season. He said, when you walk off the field, you should have absolutely no regrets. So I'm glad to say that I don't have a single regret. Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't a regret, but are there any sacrifices that you've had to make?
I mean, it's kind of like my social life. Like, I don't really go out a lot, especially in season. I mean, it's all I do. I come home, I do homework, and I watch film, and then practice. And that's pretty much my schedule all season long. Even in summer, I mean, I get a 2-week break, and then it's, back to work.
Yeah.
So just, kind of having fun is a big sacrifice.
Do you think you could walk us through the process of like a game day week, like what you do to prepare?
Yeah, so starting Monday through Thursday, 6:40 weights. Then we watch film after. Typically we get an introduction before practice of the team we're playing. And then so just kind of like, say this is their linebacker, this is their defensive line, just things like that. And then we practice. Then Tuesday, we'll watch Monday's practice after we lift, then maybe a little bit of the team. And then typically we just go through that process until Thursday, where we have our walkthrough in the morning. And then we have a team dinner after school. And I actually skipped. We do lineman dinner on Wednesday too, so linemen get 2 dinners, which is pretty sweet.
That's pretty cool.
And then Friday, if it's a home game, we'll come in like 2 hours before, do a little walkthrough, and then it's game time.
Do you think you could kind of talk about what a walkthrough is? Because I hear all the football players talk about it, but I don't actually understand what it is.
So walkthrough, it's just, we get our shoulder pads, we get our helmets on, super low-key, chill environment. We just stretch and then just run through offense and defensive plays. Just no contact, just literally walking through it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Is there an important lesson that you've learned, whether it be from RJT or even high school?
Yeah. Coach Adams told it to me, and well, it wasn't directly to me, but I think we were 10 years old, and he said, "Be a man," and that stuck with me, and I don't think I'll ever forget that message.
It's a good piece of advice.
Yeah.
Is there like any context behind it?
I don't remember it at all. All I remember is him looking me in the eyes and saying, "Be a man," and so yeah, that's a pretty big message.
I mean, you're doing a pretty good job.
Thank you. Thanks.
So you've talked a lot about Coach Adams being kind of one of the more important people. Is there anyone else that kind of, inspired you or helps you get to where you are right now?
Yeah, my dad. He's been playing football for a really long time. He, played all in his youth. He played at Sac State. And so, every week, leading up to a game, he'll help me watch film on, the guy I'm going up against and, in practice, things I need to critique, or if I ever need, anything like a little memento boost, he's always there to, give me a little something. So my dad's for sure. Yeah.
That's really
that's
cool.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Especially having like a parent that's done the exact same sport as you. I think that's like one of the most beneficial things.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you said that your dad played at Sac State, and I saw that you posted you committed to Sac State.
Yeah,
How do you feel?
I feel amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's been my dream school for a long time, pretty much since I started playing. So it's awesome. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, thank you.
I find it like seriously, I'm blown away that you are now able to play at the same school that your dad did.
Yeah, it's pretty special.
Do you want to kind of walk us through like how you were recruited and all of that stuff?
Oh man, so Sac State. So I got like little few offers, like a few NAIA schools, D2, D3, nothing really big. And then I was at brunch, and Coach Adams called me. And I was eating tri-tip, and I had like a piece of tri-tip in my mouth as he called me, and he said, "Hey, Sac State coach is here. He wants to talk to you." So, oh my God. So I grabbed my backpack. I ran down to the PE office to meet with him, and he wasn't there. And Coach Adams saw, "Yeah, he'll be here in 15 minutes." So awesome. Great. And then, so I ended up talking to him, and it was like a 4-minute conversation. Oh. He was like, "Hey, we want you. We like you. You got a spot." And then I walked away. That was it. I was like, "Oh."
That's
Awesome.
awesome.
And it took me like 2 days to, I was like, "Oh
Like,
my God."
register that. That's
Yeah,
really cool.
yeah. So, yeah.
Let's see. What else? So, obviously, football is a very fast-paced and challenging sport. What has been the biggest challenge that you faced? Like, internally, like within yourself, or like coaches and other teammates?
So, this season, I tore my knee. It was the first time we played Del Oro, and it was like in the first quarter, and I ended up finishing the game. I was like, damn, my knee hurts. And then I ended up getting an MRI, torn meniscus. It was a complex tear, so I ended up sitting out for 2 weeks. And I hate sitting out. It's terrible, because it's like, just like from the outside looking in, like you just feel like you're letting your teammates down. It's like, geez, like, is my knee really hurt? Like, I could play. But yeah, and so I ended up just getting a brace, slapping it on, and finishing the rest of the season. Yeah, but that was definitely the biggest challenge I've ever faced. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're not one of those players that just downs an entire bottle of ibuprofen and says, "I'm fine."
Well, there was a little bit of that too. But, yeah.
No, because like I've seen so many players do that, and they end up just hurting themselves more, and it's so hard because then they just make the injury a lot worse, and then they're out for so much longer. Is other than "be a man," is there any other phrase that you've kind of had to tell yourself to get yourself out of a negative mind space?
Yeah, so I actually have a wristband of this. I made like 400 wristbands of it, and it says mediocrity is for suckers.
Oh.
And so like mediocrity, what it means to me is like just average. And so I try to do things, every day, not only on football, but like, in the classroom or whatever, like wearing flip-flops in the middle of winter, just to like excel beyond average, because, I don't want to be a sucker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So how did you come about that? Did you just think of it yourself, or
My
did someone?
my dad, I don't know how he thought of it, but he's been telling that to me pretty much all my life, and until I finally fully understand the concept, and now I start to say it.
Eitan, do you have
Speaking
anything?
as someone who doesn't know what that word means, could you pretending like I don't know what it means, what does that word mean?
So what I interpret it as, I don't know the dictionary definition, but how I think of mediocrity, I think of average.
Average,
Yeah.
just like your average everyday Joe.
Pretty much, yeah. So,
And you try to excel beyond that.
exactly. Yep.
So how do you go about it? Because you wear flip-flops, and that's kind of that's obviously beyond the average person, but how else besides that?
I mean, in my training, I try to, let's say, my coach says, all right, this is the average weight for someone your age, or this is the average time to run a 40-yard dash. I want to excel as far beyond that
Yeah.
point as possible. That's pretty much.
Can you
how
give
I
me
see
an
it.
example of that? Just, I don't know, off the top of your head?
Jeez, I don't even know.
You don't even know?
I
Yeah.
don't even know. Yeah.
That's fine. So I know, kind of just moving way back, you say you do weights at 6:40 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
How is that? Waking up hella
terrible.
early.
It's horrible, but it's gosh, I have such a love-hate relationship with it because it's awful, waking up at 5:30 to, that's my
Yeah.
normal routine, just to, get awake, get a sense that I'm alive. Still,
Yeah.
and it's pitch black out. But once you get in the weight room and once you're with your guys and, Coach Adams is doing the warm-ups and stuff, and then, someone farts or something, it's just stupid, but it's that's what it is. So it's
Yeah.
actually really fun.
It
when you're
is.
in it. And then someone plays a dumb song, and it's it's just the little things.
But the build-up is just sucky until you actually get there, and
I
then
mean,
it's
it's weights. You got to work.
Of course.
You got to, pump iron, but at the end of the day, it's awesome.
yeah, for sure.
So, real quick, sorry.
Yeah,
you
you're good.
mentioned it being pitch black, and this kind of made me think the late schedule. How has the late schedule kind of affected you guys? Do you wish it was kind of how it used to be, or
So
is it fine?
it's actually been pretty beneficial because we do a 0 period. So, it actually works kind of 50-50 because I still have to take another class.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Yeah.
that kind of sucks.
Don't
but
you get one day where you have a day off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I had last year with the
Okay.
0 period. So
Got
for
it.
juniors, they get a whole extra class off. So
Oh,
they
that's cool.
so they
Yeah.
go home with the seniors one day out of or 2 or 3 days out of the week,
That's really cool.
which
yeah.
is so as a junior it was pretty cool, but now as a senior it's all right. It's okay.
Yeah,
but
Yeah.
it's-
because you still have to take that extra class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nothing else?
Nope.
Is there anything else you want to talk about? Any other moments in your football career?
Good to go.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Well-
Well, thank you.
Thank you
thanks for having me.
from listening to Live from M5.
Hi, I'm Trey, part of Rockland Media. If you liked your podcast, go ahead and like and subscribe. And if you'd like to read more articles and learn more about your campus, go ahead and visit rocklandmedia.org.